Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the Choctaw Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
Hello everyone, my name is Naledi Mfoloe and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the latest edition of the African Diaspora News channel, where we unravel the stories that shape our world and our communities. Today we dive deep into the currents of information, from the pulse of politics to the heartbeat of entertainment. We've got it all covered, so please stay tuned for a news experience like no other. Now, today starts with a heated controversy that's overshadowing the 2024 Paris Olympics. The participation of Dutch volleyball player Steven van Velden, a convicted child sexual assaulter, has sparked outrage. Now, despite his criminal past, Van der Velde has been allowed to compete, raising serious questions about the ethical standard of the International Olympic Committee and fueling comparisons to the treatment of Black athletes who have actually faced barriers under what many have perceived as discriminatory regulations. Now, Van der Velde, who is 29, will be competing in the beach volleyball alongside his partner, Matthew Emlis. Now, Van der Velde's inclusion is particularly controversial given his background. In 2016, he was sentenced to 4 years in prison for assaulting a 12-year-old British girl. Now, Van der Velde met the girl online and traveled from Amsterdam to London, where he committed the crime while her mother was away. And he was only caught after actually advising the girl to get a morning after pill, which led to a family and the police being alerted by the concerned clinic staff. Let's have a look.
Ik heb gedaan wat ik heb gedaan. Ik kan het niet terugdraaien, dus de gevolgen die moet ik dragen. Je mag oordelen, tuurlijk. Ik bedoel, weet je, het is de grootste fout van mijn leven en het is ook een gigantische fout. Niemand zou dat ontkennen.
Van der Velde was sentenced to 4 years in prison, but would go on to serve just 13 months in Britain and the Netherlands before being released.
Now, this case has actually ignited a lot of criticism and calls for an investigation into the IOC's decision. Many argue that Van der Velde's participation actually highlights a glaring double standard, especially compared to the challenges faced by Black athletes. Now, this is Caster Semenya. She is a South African middle distance runner who has been at the center of controversy due to the regulations imposed by World Athletics. Since 2019, these regulations mandate that female athletes with differences in sex development, which is the DSD, lower their naturally high testosterone levels to actually compete in certain distances. Now, Semenya's inability to comply actually led to her exclusion from the 2021 Tokyo Olympics, which is a decision which I believe only disproportionately actually affects Black athletes. And this is American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson, who faced exclusion from the 2020 Tokyo Olympics after testing positive for marijuana. Now, despite the evolving legal landscape surrounding cannabis use, Richardson's ban was actually extreme and absolutely unfair. Then there's the case of the Namibian sprinters Christine Mboma and Beatrice Masilingi, who also faced exclusion from the 400 meters at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics due to the testosterone regulations. However, despite the setbacks, Mboma went to win a silver medal in 200 meters. But I must say, right, This contrast between Van der Velde's participation and the exclusion of Semenya, Richardson and Bomma has led to accusations of racial bias. And personally, I think that the IOC's leniency towards Van der Velde, who actually has serious criminal record, contrasts with the strict rules imposed on black athletes. And this disparity then raises serious questions about the fairness and consistencies in Olympic eligibility decisions. Now, personally for me, I think that Van der Velde's inclusion is an example of how serious offenses by white athletes are actually tolerated, while black athletes actually face disproportionately harsh regulations. The IOC's decisions and the treatment of athletes in various contexts actually reveal a troubling pattern that challenge the integrity of global sporting events. It's alarming, right, to actually see an athlete with such criminal record allowed to compete at one of the highest levels of international sports. It raises the question that what standards are being applied here and how consistently are they even enforced? Now, as the 2024 Paris Olympics draw nearer, I think that these issues are likely to remain at the forefront of discussions about the fairness and the integrity of the games. The world is watching closely to see how the IOC will actually address these concerns and whether there will be any reconsiderations of the rules concerning athlete eligibility. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you believe that the IOC's decision regarding Van der Velde is a case of double standards, or is it a fair application of their rules? Share your thoughts in the comments sections below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more updates on this evolving story. Now that's it from me. Till we meet again, it is